Hello guys, in this video, I'll talk about the 7 stages that every trader, naturally, it's a normal process, will have to go through before becoming consistent. You see any profitable trader, any consistent trader, he passed through these stages and now he reached at that consistency level. So the question is in which stage you are in, rather than thinking about any other things that you're not becoming consistent, you're not progressing. If you can understand now, after this is just a 10-minute video, watch this fully, understand this, and if you can tell me in which stage you are in, I can definitely guide you, I can definitely help you, right, with respect to how you can reach to that 7th stage and how you can become profitable trader also. So you might be spending a lot of time in the market, you might have started trading maybe before a few months or years also, but still you feel that you haven't achieved that consistency and you feel that you are stuck. So what I will tell you is, instead of thinking that I'm not progressing, you need to understand that this happens in different stages, right? The strategy, the market may be different, the market in which you are trading, the account size may be different, the capital that you have will be different, the strategies used by the traders will be different. But I'm talking about the psychological progression of the trader before you becoming consistent, and that psychological progression is often very similar, and there are 7 stages. So the question is, which stage are you right now? If you are in the 5th stage, then just one more step, if you correct it, you'll be reaching that level. If you are in the 3rd stage, then 2 3 steps that you need to correct, you will reach to that level. So understand this, and tell me in which stage you're actually in. So the first stage is that the blissful ignorance, I'll call it like that because I'm taking it from a book. So whatever terms used over there, I'm exactly using the same. Okay. And I'll try to minimize whatever I have seen in that book. So blissful ignorance. And this is where almost every trader begins. The trading looks very easy for you. You see other people making money. So if you're a beginner who's watching my videos or reels, you might be thinking, why, how this guy is making so much of money so fast, even with low capital and everything, right? So you think that it is easy. You see other people making money, and you believe intelligence and analytical ability should be enough. And you might be doing very well in your college and might have done very well in your profession. So you naturally think, if this guy can do this, I can also do it, right? And you start trading without understanding. Trading is about probability, trading is about risk management, or it's about proper rules. And surprisingly, when you start, you initially make money also. And that is actually very dangerous, because that early random wins that create the belief that I am naturally good at trading. So you start believing that you are very good in trading, and trading is going to be my future, right? Just 1 minute. So you start thinking that I'm naturally good at trading. But this is actually the beginner's luck, and you are not necessarily controlling the outcome. I can give you a very good analogy for the situation. You are sitting on a roller coaster and you are believing that you are driving it. That's exactly what happens when you are a beginner and you make money in the market. You are not controlling the outcome. You actually don't know anything. You take some random trades. You don't follow risk management. You don't follow the rules, but still you made money. That's what the beginner's luck. And eventually, you will see a bigger, significant loss. Even you started off with low capital with some pessimism, but when you started seeing the profit, entire profit also will be used as capital. You even tend to add more capital. Eventually, the profit you made in the beginner's luck process also you will lose. And the initial capital you brought in also you will lose. The later capital you added because of that overconfidence also you will lose. And that really hurt, right? And this is the first time that you are realizing that, man, this is real money and this can actually hurt. That takes you to the stage 2. The stage 2 is the awakening stage. That first stage excitement now disappear, right? And that excitement actually get replaced by fear, confusion, doubt, and frustration, because you have lost a significant portion of your capital. You have lost your confidence. Now you have the fear, you have the confusion also. So the strategy that worked last week suddenly doesn't work this week. Even experienced people, professionals like me also, when Bank Nifty weekly expiry stopped, I just got stuck. I had, no clue what to do now, because I am very specific. I trade only Bank Nifty. I am of the belief that, you focus on one index and that's enough. So I never looked at Nifty before. I never looked at Sensex. Sometimes I used to trade, but only Bank Nifty, and that was my focus. But suddenly, when weekly expiry is taken out, then it becomes very difficult. But by that time, one good thing that happened with me is I turned out to be an option seller by that time. So for me as an option seller, it's okay. But still, the way Bank Nifty option selling and Nifty option selling you are doing, for me it is quite difficult. Bank Nifty was easy. I can look at only one sector, a few banks, ICICI, HDFC, and Axis, and that Kotak, and that itself, SBI also to an extent, will help you, right? But when it comes to Nifty, I have to look at different sectors, within different sectors, different stocks, auto, then all these sectors. I need to banking sector, IT. I need to look at every sector. So that created confusion. So for me also, it created problem. So think about someone who's a beginner who comes just by testing with some strategies. Even this CAS rule, that itself is again confusing a lot. In the last week, though we do option selling and any kind of market move, we can actually adjust and we can come out. But this cash candle, I'm staying away after 3:15. I'm not punching any order. I'm just closing my position and I'm just waiting and watching what is actually happening, because we're not able to understand. In fact, that was a time that 3 to 3:30 is when I used to get maximum before, because of that sharp decay which is happening because of that expiry last moment. But now that's complete uncertain, right? But it will, yeah, again, of course, we will get adjusted with what is actually happening in the market. Things are evolving, market is evolving, we also will evolve. But my point is, for you in this stage, you understand that the strategy that worked last week is not working anymore, and you start wondering that everybody else in the world is making money from trading, but I am the only one who's struggling. And this is where some of you quit also. And you blame the market and you quit, right? That's not the right thing. But again, this painful stage is actually necessary, in my opinion, when it comes to trading, because you are beginning to understand that trading is much more difficult than you originally believed. That realization itself is actually going to be very useful, and that's an important lesson also. So don't confuse discomfort with lack of progress. I would say, if your first understanding of trading is so easy have changed to it is difficult, then that itself is showing some kind of progress. The problem is that this pain creates a desperate desire to find a solution, and that creates stage three, the search, right? The strategy collector stage. Now you start searching for different strategies. Oh, this guy is winning, so let's look at his hero zero strategy. You look at YouTube and many YouTubers and reading so many books. In fact, reading books is actually good. I'm not saying it is bad. But if it is for psychology, not for strategy, then courses, multiple mentors, multiple indicators, and different trading systems and structures and chart patterns and forums and communities. Now, again, every new strategy, when you see, you feel like, yeah, this is finally the one. I got it. Now I'm going to make it, right? So you trade it for a few days or few weeks, and it works for a few days, and then it stops working, and then you abandon it and you move to another. Some traders may remain for years also, but still, this is the same happens. But for many, those strategies were probably good enough. Even I would say 20 EMS strategy itself was very good enough. That alone is enough to make you a living. Forget about living, to give you a wealth. But the problem is, you are never executing consistently enough to allow the edge to play out for you. When it comes to trading, it is probability. There will be winning trades, there will be losing trades. So the moment you see losing trades, you will quit. But it's about giving a sample size. It is about edge. If you have 70% strategy, means you have an edge. If you have 60% strategy, also you have an edge. Now what matters is risk management and number of trades that you have to take consistently with that strategy, so that the edge have to play in your favor. It's not few random trades. So if you have already clearly defined everything, right, and properly backtested strategy, almost all these strategy. If I'm talking about VWAP, if I'm talking about Camarilla pivots, these are properly defined and backtested strategy. So you can simply take that strategy, you can apply it, and you will definitely win. But the problem is, there may be losses because it's probability. You have to give proper risk management and enough sample size to the market. That means consistently execute that strategy so that it will work in your favor. So what you need is, you need better execution. So at this stage, what you have is, you have the strategy, but you don't have the execution. And that take you to the fourth stage, that is awareness. This is the major turning point. So you finally understand, maybe strategy is not the problem, because this strategy is working for you. You might be seeing that VWAP is working. I'm very, very much using VWAP and 20 EMA, as you can see. But the same strategy, when you are using, you are not able to make money, right? So you realize now that execution is the problem. Now, if you are in this stage, if you are in the first stage, second stage, I'm not a philosopher to guide you, to help you. But if you are in this stage, you understand the strategy, and you also understand strategy is not the problem, execution is the problem, then come to my live trading mentoring session. There, I'll fix your execution because I will be there sitting with you, trading with you. The coach is playing with the players. And then I consistently show that this is the trade that I'm taking. This is the way I execute. I give the sample size. I give number of trades. I execute consistently. I take stop losses. I take the winners also. I cut the losses fast and I let the winners run. So this is how it has to be done. So 1 month you attend the session, then your execution will be proper. So if you are in this stage, that is my solution for you. Now let me come back to this. So you will understand in this stage that trading is about probability. So if you can understand trading is about probability, then you are welcome to the mentoring sessions, right? So then you will understand the execution, the risk management. So here you will understand probability, risk management, sample size, that you have to give enough sample size for the edge to work out for you. Trading need to have an edge, and that edge have to work out in favor of you. That means you have to give enough sample size. And it doesn't matter a single trade, couple of trades, 3 trades loss. It's okay, it happens, right? It happens. That's how it is. But something strange happened in this stage. If you are alone, not when you are with me. And that again, you need to avoid if you are with me. You know all this, but still you move your stop losses. I know this is my stop loss. But when the price come here, I slightly move it. Again, further move it. And I know I can let the winners run, but still, because of fear, I book the winners early. And you skip the valid trade also because of fear. And if you have a loss, you forget about the rules and you again enter into revenge mode and revenge trading, and you start breaking your own rules. You created your rules, you know all these, but you start breaking your rules. So this is what you need to fix. And you wonder, if I know what to do, why I can't do it? That's where I am, right? That's where the live market mentoring actually help you, because knowing and doing are different skills. You know, but you can't implement it. Knowing that a loss is statistically acceptable, that doesn't automatically make the loss emotionally comfortable. Yeah, statistically it is acceptable, but that doesn't make you emotionally comfortable. For that, you need an entirely different mindset. Knowing that you should let the winners run, that doesn't remove the fear of losing the open profit. You have seen the profit. So what if I lose this? That fear will always be there, even though you know that let the winners go. That is psychology. That need to be fixed. That's what I do with my live mentoring session. Okay. Now, there is always a gap between knowledge and behavior, knowledge and action, knowledge and execution. Execution is what make you money and perfect. So that gap you need to recognize, and that's what I mean by progress. And the solution here is not more knowledge, more reading. It is the structure. Now comes the fifth stage. So here you start building the rules. Now everything becomes rule based. And here you become more matured also. You clearly define, you have a written rule like risk per trade. I take, let's say, 10 points risk per this trade. You only take trades based on some certain setups. I have this 20 MI setup, I'll trade there. VWAP setup, I'll trade there. Camarilla setup, I'll trade there. Entry criteria is properly defined. Stop loss is clearly defined. 10 point stop loss means 10 point stop loss. In terms of monetary terms, I'll define. In terms of point also, I'll define. Sometimes if you're an option buyer, if point and monetary is not taken, still time-based stop loss also I'll define. Then target I'll define. Trading hours. For me, if you see option buying, I do from 9 to 11 and then 2 to 3. I don't trade between 11 to 2. Mostly the market will be sideways. And that is where as an option seller, I make maximum money. So trading hours you'll define, and maximum daily loss. So per session you will define. Let's say 2 stop losses is hit. I'm not going to trade for the session. So per session, 2 stop losses your maximum loss. Per day, 3 stop losses. You define that. And per loss, once there is a loss, you take 30 minutes for the next trade so that you will be fresh and you will enter the trade. Right? What to do after the loss is clearly defined. What to do after the win so that you won't get so much excited, also very clearly defined. These are not suggestions. These are rules that you have decided and defined if you are in this stage because you understood the market. Market supports those who work rule-based. Initially, still you will break that rules. Some days you'll be disciplined, some days you'll be completely loss of control. So that's part of the stage because you are not very at that level of perfection. Here it is still the fifth stage only. Still you need improvement, right? Now the important difference is here you know when you have broken the rule. Earlier you had a bad behavior and that happened without awareness. You did something but you don't know that it is wrong. right? But here, even though you are breaking the rule, I understand I broke the rule and I suffered, right? And because of that, now it starts bothering you. That's the progress that you get in this stage. This stage also, if you are in, you're welcome to the mentoring program, it will be fixed. And then you start measuring the compliance. Compliance means you don't judge yourself now based on PNL. It can be positive, it can be negative. But even if it is negative, did I follow my rules and system? It is perfectly fine. Even if it is profit, I made that profit just breaking the rules and structure and the system, then that's not good. So at the end of every day, you will ask, did I follow my rules? And you give a score out of 10. For example, you are getting 9 out of 10. I followed the rules, compliance. Plus, it's a losing day. Absolutely okay. Be happy with that day. You followed the rules, right? And you did not follow. Like 4 out of 10 is your score in terms of following the rules, compliance. But it's a profit day. So I would say the previous case was much, it's a losing day, but you followed the rules is much better than you made a profit by breaking the rules. Because you can make money from bad behavior also. And you can lose money despite perfect execution also. That's trading. So redefine a good trading day. A good day is not necessarily a profitable day. I repeat, I never consider a good day as a profitable day. I consider a good day means a compliant day that I followed the rules, irrespective of what is my PNL. It can be a loss, but did I follow the rules? Yes, it's a good day for me. And that mindset, whenever it is developed, you move to stage 6. Now very close to that, final level. So here, consistent execution is what matters. Most of the time, you follow the plan, you take the valid trades and setups, and you reject the poor setup. You respect the risk and you accept the losses, not perfectly. In fact, perfection is not 100% required also. But this mistakes becomes exception. Very rarely that mistakes happen rather than a normal behavior. Earlier, it was normal behavior. You always make mistake, but now the mistakes are exceptions. It happens. Shit happens, right? And your trading starts becoming steadier, more predictable, less emotional. It is predictable. See, once trading becomes predictable, that itself will tell you that you have matured enough. If your trading is predictable and trading become more boring, and that's actually a very good sign. Money making should be always boring. Winning trades don't create any extreme excitement for you. Losing trade don't destroy your confidence or mood also. You simply come, execute, you accept the result irrespective of positive or negative. Only thing that you check is you followed the rule or you followed the rules or not, and you move on. That emotional rush, right? Many traders that is looking from this winning trades and excitement, that is actually gambling. Here you don't have that. Whether it is a win or loss, it's equal for you. So professional trading should be eventually become boring, in my opinion. That is why if you see sellers make big money, and selling is the most boring, thing to do when it comes to trading. Now, the last, that the unconscious competence. This is a final stage. The rules have become so repeated so many times and they become automatic for you, just like driving. No one want to, the gear shifting will come automatic, the braking will come automatic, the acceleration will come automatic. When you see the green light, you will take the car. When you see the red light, you stop the car. Initially, you consciously think and take the action. But eventually, what happens in driving? You simply drive. That's how trading also becomes. So when you see a entry, it's like a green signal. So you take that entry. When you see a stop loss, it's like a red signal. You exit there. You apply the brake. So now you can control the position size clearly, just like the way you accelerate. Right? If it is a very good trade, you go with a better position. If it is a bad trade, you control. If it is a good road, you accelerate. If it is a bad road, you go slowly and you place the stop loss, like you apply the brake and execute without any unnecessary hesitation. And you accept the losses without creating any kind of story around it. You don't have to force yourself to be disciplined. Discipline becomes your default behavior. And this is a stage. The strategy may not be dramatically different. The strategy I follow, you follow may be the same. But I am at this stage. This I follow automatically. It becomes a kind of unconscious competence. It is part of me. It is already there inside. It is coming inside me. There is no conscious behavior. So the trader has changed. And the psychological obstacle between the trader and the trading edge have been removed also here. So now the question is, how do you move from one stage to another? Let's say you are in third stage and you want to move to stage 4. So stop searching endlessly for strategies here, recognize your execution problem and fix that execution. That's where our live market mentoring help you. Stage 4 to stage 5. You convert the knowledge into written rules and follow the rules. Again, we teach that by following the rules in the live session. You see that I follow the rules religiously. Take the stop losses live in front of you. Learn from that. So the coach is working with the players, playing with the players. That's what I do. Okay, and stage 5 to stage 6. Track compliance until disciplines become habitual. Just follow, just see whether you followed the rules or not. Stage 6 to 7. Repeat the correct behavior until executions become natural or automatic. And you notice something that every transition is behavioral and not merely intellectual. So, what you should do for tomorrow? First, honestly identify your stage and comment me or tell me. If you're changing strategies every few weeks, means what? You're probably in third stage. If you know exactly what to do but you cannot execute, it means what? Stage 4. Come to the live market sessions. I'll fix that. If you have rules but regularly break them, means stage 5. Still come to the live market session. I'll fix that. If you are, consistently following the process, then you are in stage 6. You are close to that. And then what you need to do is choose one at a time, one behavior, improve upon that. It could be respect every stop losses. It could be stop revenge trading. Take one predefined setup, right? Only one setup. Start only once. Like it could be 20 MA trade, or it could be VWAP trade. Then you can change. Follow the daily loss limit. Record every trade. So score the compliance. Every evening, whether I followed the rules or not. Don't try to fix 10 things tomorrow in a day. Fix one by one. One, fix it, then repeat it, make it automatic, then move to the next behavior. So this is how you will become successful in trading. So the biggest lesson is you don't become a consistent trader simply by knowing more about the market. You become consistent when your behavior stop interfering with your edge. So instead of asking how can I make more money tomorrow, what I want you to ask is which stage I'm in and what is that one behavior I need to improve so that I reach the next stage. And that is how the transformation happens. One behavior at a time, one trading day, and one stage at a time. Correct? And reach to the seventh stage. So if you are anywhere between third stage to sixth stage, come to me, join the session. If you're in the first and second stage, I'm not a philosopher to teach you or all those. Right? You understood the trading, that trading is easy for you in the first stage, so you don't listen to whatever I'm saying. Because for you it is even more easier than me. Second stage, you have that fear, difficulty, and everything. From there onwards, if you want to, welcome to the sessions. So I see you there. We will trade together. We will learn together. So talk to my team, join the session. See you.